Some of the longest-lasting cars ever built were never praised for their looks. 5 of the most mocked vehicles on the road hide engineering so robust that owners routinely log 300,000, 400,000, even 500,000 miles. This countdown reveals why boxy proportions, grandpa car styling, and mechanical simplicity produce the toughest bargains in the used market, starting with a vehicle often called a toaster on wheels. Number 1, the Honda Element looks more like a rolling bread box than a modern crossover, but that boxy, utilitarian shape hides one of the most bulletproof drivetrains ever put on the road. Under the hood sits Honda's K24 2.4-liter 4-cylinder, a timing chain engine that has become legendary for running 500,000 miles with nothing more than routine oil changes and chain inspections. Owner forums are packed with photographic proof, VIN-matched odometers showing 500,000, 555,000, 555, and even 600,000 miles, many still on their original engine and transmission. The secret is not just the engine. Honda built the Element with corrosion-resistant plastic body panels and a fully galvanized underbody, so rust rarely cuts these cars' lives short. Inside, the hose-out floor and water-resistant seats make it a favorite for dog owners, campers, and anyone who does not mind a little mud. Maintenance is straightforward. Timing chain tensioners get checked around 150,000 and 300,000 miles. Rear window hinges sometimes need a refresh, and most parts swap easily with Civics or Accords, keeping costs around 14 cents per mile. There is even a recall for a power steering pump seal, but most high-mileage owners handled that long ago. If you are shopping for an Element, check for timing chain rattle at startup, rear hinge leaks, and underbody rust near the sills. Ignore the jokes about driving a toaster on wheels. This is a car that turns reliability into a lifestyle, with more than enough real-world evidence to back up its reputation as the king of ugly, long-lived machines. In second place, the Buick LeSabre from 1992 to 2005 stands as the classic grandpa car, often overlooked, sometimes ridiculed for its soft lines and chrome-heavy styling, but quietly racking up mileages that would make any modern sedan blush. At the heart of its marathon reputation lies the General Motors 3800 Series 2, a 3.8-liter V6 engine so robust that entire government fleets, including the U.S. Postal Service, have trusted it for daily delivery duty. Fleet records reveal a cost per mile as low as 11 cents, with engine-related failures clocking in at less than 0.5% per 10,000 miles, a benchmark almost unheard of in the full-size sedan world. The secret is not just the engine's simplicity, but a series of smart engineering choices. A reverse flow intake manifold, revised in the early 2000s, all but eliminated the coolant leaks that once plagued earlier models. Owners who upgraded to the reinforced intake gasket following a General Motors technical service bulletin routinely report odometers spinning past 300,000 and even 400,000 miles on original drivetrains. Parts are everywhere, thanks to decades of General Motors platform sharing, and maintenance is straightforward. Oil changes, transmission fluid swaps, and the occasional intake gasket check. Used car data backs up these stories. 7% of LeSabres for sale today show more than 300,000 miles, a rate double that of most domestic sedans from the same era. Still, buyers should inspect for telltale coolant streaks on the intake plenum, monitor oil consumption, and check that transmission fluid stays clear and red. Understated and unfashionable, the LeSabre proves that durability often hides behind the most unassuming sheet metal, earning its place as a true under-the-radar mileage legend. Number 3. The Toyota FJ Cruiser wears its retro-inspired, cartoon brick styling like a badge of honor, drawing equal parts admiration and ridicule since its debut in 2007. Yet beneath the quirky roofline and chunky fenders lies a level of over-engineering that turns heads for reasons far beyond looks. At the heart of its reputation is the 1GRFE 4.0-liter V6, an engine built with forged steel cylinder walls and silicon aluminum pistons, materials chosen for their ability to shrug off hundreds of thousands of miles, even under the punishing demands of off-road travel. A verified Texas example, tracked through cars and bids in Carfax, logged over 233,000 miles of daily rideshare and weekend trail duty. When a compression test was performed at 200,000 miles, every cylinder still posted numbers well above factory minimums, a testament to the engine's resilience. Toyota's own durability testing simulated 1 million kilometers, and real-world owner forums map out the few weak spots, most notably frame rust, in high-salt regions. Toyota responded with a full-length galvanized underbody and, after a recall in 2008, owners began applying epoxy coatings and drilling drain holes in known trouble spots. Post-recall data shows less than 1% of FJ frames suffer structural rust after 250,000 miles. The body-on-frame construction, shared with Toyota's legendary Land Cruiser, means the FJ shrugs off impacts and flex that would cripple unibody crossovers. Buyers considering a high-mile FJ should inspect the rear crossmember and suspension mounts for rust, use a magnet to check for hidden corrosion, and verify that the coolant temperature sensor reads correctly, because overheating can accelerate head gasket wear. Differential fluid should be swapped every 80,000 miles, especially if the truck has seen regular off-road use. Despite its polarizing looks, the FJ Cruiser's resale values run about 20% above market average, even at 200,000 miles, because so few SUVs can match its structural toughness. For drivers who value longevity over curb appeal, the FJ Cruiser stands as proof that tank-like engineering trumps fashion when the miles start piling up. Number 4. The Kia Soul has never been a style icon. Its upright, cartoonish box shape inspired a decade of memes and more than a few hamster jokes. But behind that polarizing exterior sits a car engineered for the daily grind, and it has become a favorite among rideshare and delivery drivers who care more about cost per mile than curb appeal. The Soul's naturally aspirated 2-liter engine, found in most models since 2014, is a straightforward 4-cylinder with a timing chain instead of a belt, one less big-ticket service to worry about. Paired with a simple CVT, it is not flashy, but it is tough. Industry fleet data puts the Soul's total operating cost at just 14 cents per mile, nearly matching the legendary Honda Element and beating many so-called premium crossovers. Lyft fleet reports show that downtime averages just 1.7 days per 100,000 miles, with most unscheduled stops linked to routine brake service or a quick CVT fluid change. That's where the owner community comes in. Kia's own Service Bulletin, 2013, November 2nd, recommends changing the CVT fluid every 30,000 miles, twice as often as the old manual suggested. Rideshare drivers who stick to this interval report smooth shifting well past 200,000 miles, and a growing number of European used car listings show 5% of Souls for sale with over 250,000 miles. The main mechanical weak spot is CV joint wear around 150,000 miles, but savvy owners swap out the lower control arm bushings early to avoid costly axle replacements. For buyers, the checklist is clear. Listen for CVT whine at high RPM, check for rust along the front sills, and inspect the catalytic converter for signs of excessive exhaust smoke. If those boxes are ticked, the Soul is ready for another 100,000 miles or more. The styling may get you roasted in the group chat, but for anyone who needs a city workhorse with proven fleet credentials, the Soul delivers durability on a budget, one delivery at a time. Number 5. The Toyota Echo might draw shrugs for its bland, upright silhouette and stubby proportions, but this bare-bones budget car quietly built a global reputation for outlasting rivals twice its price. At the heart of the Echo's endurance is its 1.5-liter 1NZFE 4-cylinder engine, a chain-driven engine that never requires a scheduled timing chain replacement. With fewer electronics than most kitchen appliances, the Echo leaves little to fail. No turbo, no direct injection, just a basic fuel injection system, and a straightforward 4-speed automatic or 5-speed manual. Curb weight sits under 2,100 pounds, which means brakes, suspension bushings, and wheel bearings endure far less stress over hundreds of thousands of miles. In Chile, a government audit found that 13% of Echoes on the road had surpassed 300,000 miles, a figure rarely matched by more expensive sedans. Owners in Southeast Asia and North America echo the same story: keep up with oil changes, watch for timing chain guide wear after 250,000 miles, and the car will soldier on. One common pitfall is oil sludge, especially in neglected engines, but switching to synthetic 0W20 and following Toyota's recommended 5,000-mile interval all but eliminates the risk. Forum threads on Toyota Nation are filled with oil analysis reports and step-by-step guides for do-it-yourselfers, making even high-mileage maintenance accessible. For buyers, the checklist is simple: check for sludgy oil, listen for metallic knocks at idle, and inspect the rear bushings for alignment drift. The Echo's styling may fade into the background, but its mechanical simplicity and global high-mileage record make it a final, convincing argument that the plainest cars often prove the toughest in the long run. Across all 5 entries, one pattern stands out. The ugliest cars often hide the toughest engineering. Mechanical simplicity, proven engines, and minimal electronics count for more than curb appeal. In today's market, reliability outlasts trends, and sometimes the best long-term value wears the least fashionable face. Thanks for watching.